I know we're talking about something that's new, something exciting. It's supposed to happen on Tuesday. These three new spacecrafts that will map the solar system, sun, and our planet. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so these three spacecraft are all focused on understanding different aspects of space weather. And space weather is the impact of the sun's activity. So space weather can affect astronauts and satellites in space, as well as have effects on the ground, such as disrupting the power grid and GPS.
That's very interesting because obviously we think of our weather down here, on planet Earth. When you talk about space weather, what type of weather patterns exist in space?
Yeah, so space weather, usually it originates from the sun, and we have this mass of material that comes, and it includes radiation. So this is one of the concerns that we have for astronauts in space as they venture beyond the protection of Earth's atmosphere. So space weather, there's a bunch of different types of space weather, and we're looking at all these different types.
Let's talk about these three new spacecrafts, really what went into building them. How long has this technology been in the works?
So, these spacecraft are years in development, and we're really excited that we're finally at the stage where we can launch them.
And so talk about, how they work. Is this a situation where it will then send back real-time data back to NASA's headquarters so that they can see exactly what's unfolding every single day that they're out there?
So these spacecraft, particularly IMAP, and then there's another space weather one, Swiftwell L1, they will be getting this data in real time, sending it back to Earth in near real time. And we'll use this information to help us better predict space weather. So again, those astronauts in space, when we get the space weather information, we can give them warnings that, in a half an hour, we're expecting a big solar storm to hit, and then they can take precautions as necessary.
So these three new spacecrafts will be launched on Tuesday. It looks like Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday afternoon is what I'm seeing, maybe Tuesday morning. Can you talk about how long they will be out there?
So the spacecrafts are launching Wednesday morning at 7:30. And for IMAP, the mission length is 2 years. So we'll be up there collecting data for 2 years. That's the prime mission, but there'll be enough fuel to continue to operate the spacecraft for a few more years after that.
When you say fuel, to be up there that long, how does that work? How much fuel are we talking about?
So let's see, the spacecraft, when they get to the position that they're going in, so they'll have enough fuel for those first 2 years. But one of the interesting things is because of where they're going in space, it's this first Lagrange point, it's in between the sun and the Earth. It doesn't take that much fuel to stay in that spot where they can continuously see the sun and get that data for us without having to worry about the Earth blocking the sun.
Let me ask you, when it comes to who's looking at this data and kind of the teams of scientists that will be evaluating this data, what exactly are they hoping to learn here? Exactly are they looking for?
There's a lot of things that they're looking for. So we have, this data is going to be used by modelers and scientists to better understand not only space weather coming from the sun, but also radiation coming from interstellar space. So that's one group who will use this data. And then because it's provided in real time, people who do space weather operations can also use this information to help provide warnings of incoming space weather and impacts.
Dr. Cash, is this an operation where people will be working around the clock at NASA? Is there a huge team that will be monitoring this data?
Yeah, so we'll have, especially early on, people are going to be working, making sure as we send the spacecrafts to their orbit and then bringing down the data. So this is a huge team effort. And for IMAP, we have over 25 institutions that have been part of this.
All right. And you said this is launching Wednesday morning, bright and early at 7:30. Can you tell our viewers how they can watch this? Can they watch this live in action?
Yes, you can. So you can go to nasa.gov or nasa.gov/sun or on social media, and you can watch this live.